Hi there, my magical star beings. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at the feelings they keep buried. For the person on your mind, we're going to be using oracle cards and tarot. Then we're also going to get some zodiacs and initials, so stay tuned for all of that. I'll try to be as accurate as I can, but it is a bit tricky when reading for the collective. If you want something more personal, you can always check in with the psychic for a more in-depth description. Speaking of which, I tried a clairvoyant from Psychic Source, and yes, they're sponsoring today's video. Thank you, Psychic Source. I got matched with a clairvoyant through their site, and honestly, I wasn't expecting her to be that accurate. I gave her no personal info, just asked about my future love life, and somehow she instantly picked up that I'm already in a relationship. She literally said, "Why are you asking about the future without mentioning him?" I was literally speechless, but then I remembered that's kind of what I do too. Still a shocking experience to be on the receiving end of it. She described my future partner as someone who makes me really happy, with great communication and a bond that can handle anything. But the part that really stuck with me, she said she saw my future husband giving me purple flowers. A few weeks later, nothing happened, so I kind of forgot about it. Then we saw a tattoo promo on Instagram. My boyfriend sent me his ideas so I can book, and boom, a purple flower. Not a bouquet, but I'm definitely taking that as a sign. You can chat with gifted advisors however you're most comfortable, phone, video, or even text. Setting up my account on their website was super easy, and they have this quick little quiz that helps you find a psychic based on what you're looking for, whether it's love, past lives, energy readings, whatever. It made the whole process really personal and intentional. What sets them apart is the level of care and integrity. Only 2% of their applicants actually become advisors, so you know you're speaking to someone who's truly gifted and held to high ethical standards. And they back everything up with a no risk guarantee. If you're not happy with your last paid reading, it's free. For a limited time, you can use my code Siren at psychicsource.com when checking out, or you can just click the link in my description box below at trypsychicsource.com/siren. You'll get up to 40 minutes with an advisor for just $19.80. That's up to a $240 value. You don't have to use it all in one session. You can spread those minutes out across multiple advisors to see who you truly resonate with. They also donate 1% of your purchase to charity at no extra cost to you. Oh, and yes, I do get paid for this promo, so when you sign up with Psychic Source, you're feeding a perpetually hungry, slightly dramatic psychic, that'd be me, and funding my next impulsive crystal purchase. As you can see, the channel needs some new crystals, but that's all for now. Thank you again to Psychic Source for sponsoring today's video. So getting back to your pile selection, you can either pick your pile off their zodiac sign or based off the pile you're most drawn to. These zodiac signs are in the thumbnail. So for pile 1, we have the shell with Ghost of the Pumpkin Patch. Then for pile 2, we have Lapis Lazuli with Violet Duchess. And for pile 3, we have Chrysocolla Malachite with the Winged Seer. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, then I'll see you at your reading. Hi pile 1, if you chose the shell and the ghost of the pumpkin patch card, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at the secret feelings they have that they've buried. So please be aware that this is a general reading, only take what resonates, leave the rest. Let's start with your oracle card. So spirit guides of pile 1. Please tap me into the energy of the person and their mind's buried feelings, their secret feelings that they keep buried. So we have autumn is my last chance with please don't lose hope. This one says count your blessings. This one says snow angel, the signs are with you already. And this one says Mildew Fairy with Cleanup Time. So these cards kind of confirm for me what I originally thought intuitively when I got to your pile. There's something about you disappearing from this person's life. I don't know if you are distancing yourself from this person or if you've cut this person out, but this person feels like they're losing time with you. When I look at this ghost here on Ghost of the Pumpkin Patch card, I'm getting this message of each day I look at you, metaphorically, you're like a ghost and you're slipping further away from me. And the more I try to pull you closer, the further you are. And then I blink and you're no longer there. So there's something about you disappearing from this person's life. I don't know if you're intentionally doing that or if they're afraid of you doing that. Like maybe you guys are kind of drifting apart in a way or losing touch with one another in a way, and they fear losing you. That is a feeling that's kept kind of buried here. They feel like pulling you closer and closer and closer to them every time they feel you slipping apart from them. Slipping away from them, I mean. But the more they do that, the more they can't find you. And it's like they're experiencing this nightmare of losing you. They are very grateful for what you guys once had together and what you still may have left over. But there's still a feeling here of I don't want to lose this. They don't want you to lose hope in the situation with them. I see them their energy kind of like begging you to stay, begging you to not leave. They are begging you to stay with the promises that they will change. Now, I don't know if this person actually has genuine intentions to change and grow. Perhaps the signs have already shown you whether this person is willing to change or grow, and you can already intuitively grasp on whether they're serious about that or not, or whether it's just some kind of tactic to pull you back. Though I do see this person's energy almost screaming towards you, don't leave, don't leave. I want to fix myself. I want to heal myself. So this could have been due to this person's behavior or things they need to fix within the connection with you. It's kind of like they know they need to clean up their act, clean up their behavior. Otherwise, you will grow cold on them and detached. And maybe you have already started showing a sense of coldness towards them. Maybe some of you gave them one last chance, or you have already given them one last chance. But time is kind of ticking. And when I say time is ticking, I'm seeing the bunny from Alice in Wonderland kind of like with the clock, and he's hopping and he's in a rush to get somewhere. So this person doesn't have much time left to change things around. And the interesting thing is we have Nautilus Princess at the back of the deck with powerful personal growth. So it's almost like their energy is screaming out, I want to grow, I want to change, I want to be better for you. Though, is it truly genuine or not? You could have felt restricted, suffocated by this. You could almost be having this reaction towards them of, will you actually change? Or is this just another lie? Or is this just to keep me around? What happened to the moments before when you had time to change your behavior, but you didn't? For some of you, I get that energy from your reaction towards them. And when I look at the snow here, I'm seeing a mental image of footprints in the snow. So there's almost like this energy of you leaving an imprint on their heart. And even if you're physically gone, you will never fully disappear. The remnants of you, the remnants of feelings they have for you. It's like you're unforgettable to them in a way. Some aspect of you will always be there. They're afraid of your future together looking very bleak. And they're desperate to try, fix, or change that. They know they have little patience from you, and they want to make the most of it. And they almost feel as though you are just going to flee from them in some way when they least expect it. They feel the need or desire to tempt you with something, whether that is giving you exactly what you want, tempting you in a sexual way if this is romantic or sexual, maybe saying certain things to you to make you stay. Something about that is coming through. Take it how it applies. And they almost feel like nobody else could ever replace you or give you what you gave them or even amount to the kind of person you are. I see them almost like wanting to give you puppy dog eyes to make you stay. They feel as though they're in the dark, you're the light, and they can't find the light. They felt like you brought them stability, and if you left, they would be unstable. They would also feel the energy of lack if you had to leave, the feeling of why did I take this for granted? Why did I not appreciate this more? And they do want to show you more gratitude and appreciation now. Again, they see you growing colder and colder and more detached towards them by the minute. And they almost feel this urge to change that before it's too late. Okay, so the big question, is this person actually going to grow or change? I want to ask that before we move on with the rest of the feelings, yeah? So, spirit guides of pile 1, tap me into the energy of this person on their mind, please, and show me, will this person actually change? Are their attempts to change a genuine thing, or is it just to kind of reel them back in? Is it an empty promise, or is it a promise of substance? The Emperor. The Page of Wands. High Priestess, you may already intuitively know, trust your intuition, because it's stronger than you think. And Two of Swords. If they promise to do this, they are trying to and intending to back that up with action, to stick to the decision they make. And they know that you will hold them accountable on their self-reflection. Though, if I had to be totally honest, the Emperor is a card of control. So it is partly because they almost want to control the outcome, make you stay, tempt you with something they know you want to keep you there. But it is also partly genuine and partly this feeling of wanting to stick to that decision. Whether they actually follow up on that or not is up to them. But I feel like they know you will hold them accountable, even if they don't follow up on their action. And I feel like they're smart enough to know that if they don't back that up by action, you're eventually going to leave anyways. They're just prolonging that. So they know that there's pressure under them. So because of that, they know that there's pressure under them to sort of stick to their word. So in short, there is a message of control here, but also a message of genuinity. The thing is, two things can exist at the same time. It's like 50% control, 50% genuinity. So they do intend to keep the promise. Okay, what is this person, what are their secret feelings that they've kept hidden? So we have the Two of Pentacles. What are their secret feelings that they've kept buried? Judgment. Two of Wands. There is a huge secret they want to tell you. It feels like the secret is kind of like a burden to carry. The Devil is the last card. And the reason I'm seeing this is because I'm seeing them kind of hold a secret, open up to, be vulnerable, share this with openness. And then I'm seeing them feel this flood of relief. Like, I had no idea how heavy that was weighing on my back, keeping that to myself. And then there's this feeling that accompanies it of, the reason I'm telling you the secret is because I trust you and because I feel safe enough to open up to you. So perhaps that will happen very soon, and there will be like this feeling of relief that's accompanied with it. And the release of a burden. Or the release of something that was once weighing them down, now feeling free in a way. So with the Devil here, they have been self-reflecting as we see this woman is looking in the mirror. Mirrors have shown up a lot in your pile, so you may want to research into the spiritual meaning. I know of the bad they represent self-reflection, truth. So there's something about this person self-reflecting, seeing the truth of who they are, maybe the more bad parts of them with the Devil. And there's something about accountability that I'm hearing. But there's also something about realizing their wrongs. I'm literally hearing that song by Bryson Tiller, Righting My Wrongs, which is why I'm saying that. Why am I tongue-tied now? Maybe this person feels like if they had to speak about this, they can't find the right words to say. They'd second-guess themselves. They know that they've possibly been a bad friend or lover. That they haven't been the best version of themselves that they could be. And they don't blame you for wanting to leave. Or even just like distancing yourself from them, detaching from them. They would do that too. So there's a feeling here of I don't blame you for your reaction to my actions. Like, understand that it's probably my fault and not yours. But there is a little bit of resentment, animosity here that they keep buried because of the way you're reacting to their actions. And I'm just going to be honest with what I see here. There's like this irritable kind of feeling of, why are you acting like this towards me? Like almost a reactive energy. I don't know if they actually act on those feelings or not. But then I see them trying to make up for those feelings by showing generosity. Because they feel bad for feeling animosity when you're just reacting to their actions. They know that. They feel bad, and so they start being really generous with you and start being super kind to you to the point where it doesn't feel fully like them. It feels... How do I explain this energy? So imagine a guy cheats on a girl and they're together romantically and she hasn't found out, but then he goes and buys her flowers. And there's nothing out of the ordinary about buying a woman flowers, but maybe he's the type of guy that never buys her flowers. And now all of a sudden, because he's feeling guilty, he buys her flowers. That's an example of the energy. It doesn't have to do with cheating because I'm not necessarily seeing cheating here, but I'm just using that as an example. So if I mention that, I'm not saying your person's cheating. What I am saying is they've been showing some kind of display of bad behavior and perhaps they're feeling guilty for that, trying to make up for it. But it's outside their usual character, in a way. Like, they don't usually do what they're doing here to sort of make it up to you. And they feel almost like it's kind of creating unrealistic expectations where you may start expecting that treatment from them at all times, and they may feel stuck or tied to the expectations of you. because they're kind of doing things they wouldn't normally do now, like going out of their way to be generous and kind with you in a way they wouldn't normally do, they're scared that you start to expect that all the time. They know that there have been imbalances here in your connection and things haven't been fair in a way. They're receiving some kind of big wake-up call that if they don't change something now, the connection you once had will be destroyed. And they can't face that fear, so they are going to do everything in their power to prevent that from happening. So I see the Tower card in my mind's eye, but I see someone against the Tower trying to hold the Tower up so that it doesn't fall. So this is the energy of trying to prevent disaster, chaos, endings from happening. It's not even unexpected anymore, but we're trying to prevent it from happening. This person wants more quality and stability in your connection to serve you as well. I guess they just want to make choices that are going to better your connection because they know they've made bad choices previously and it's led to, a possible destruction of your connection. And the Six of Pentacles was at the back of the deck, so that's confirmation of the generosity I was talking about. I wasn't even looking at the back of the deck, but I spoke about it, which is interesting. I know there's no way to prove that, but yeah. Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and Ten of Swords. So they want you to have your own free will. They don't want to force you to stay if that's not what you want to do. But they would also like it if you did stay. Ten of Pentacles and King of Wands reverse. King of Wands reverse sometimes can show up as an energy of anger. So I feel like there are some maybe like unresolved feelings that this person needs to work through. Like I said, because of the way you're reacting to their actions. But if you guys have had fights in the past or have had moments like rocky moments in your connection where one person felt either like the person wasn't giving them what they were asking for, where one person kept trying to fix things but it wasn't fixable, or where one person maybe kept experiencing the same hurt and pain by the other, or even like constant fights about the same thing or different things. I just see like resentment building up from both sides. Because I'm hearing like there's a thin line between love and hate. And I don't want to make the reading negative, but this is just what's genuinely coming through. I think that this person does somewhat make themselves a victim, even though they're the ones that caused most of this. I'm not saying you're not innocent because it takes two to tango, but most of this was caused by them. Again, they know they haven't been the best partner or friend to you, and they want to make up for it, but they don't know how they're exactly going to do that. They feel kind of defeated. They feel like they're losing you, like they're losing hope. They feel like repairing your connection, but they don't know if they can. And that also makes them feel hopeless and defeated. They feel like sticking by your side and staying loyal to you even if you guys end your connection. But they thought that this would last a lot longer, that you guys would have a future together, that you'd have the future they want with you. It's like they know they will be okay on their own. and they'll eventually get over it, but it doesn't hurt any less. I think for them, it's kind of like this feeling of, I saw this future with you, and if it doesn't happen, it's like my hopes and dreams are crushed. And there's almost this feeling of, I want to conceal what I did so other people don't find out. That's what I'm hearing. Again, I see the message that you were their stability, and without you, they'd be unstable in some way. I get that there's a strong kind of makeup sex energy here. So we're getting some zodiac signs now. And this could represent your zodiac sign, theirs, just for confirmation. Okay, so we have Aquarius. We have Capricorn. Join my membership. We have Pisces. We have Moon energy, which is Cancer, but it also talks about deep emotions. Then we have the 7th house, which is Libra energy and romance. We have Mercury, which is communication, and it's linked to Virgo and Gemini. Then we have Uranus, which is associated with Aquarius. And we have Chiron, the wounded healer. I'm also seeing Leo in my mind's eye. I see them wanting to work hard to earn back your affection. We could have Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn moon, or Mercury. They're thinking, they're planning right now about what to do next, what to do to heal the connection. And perhaps they're also healing right now. They're thinking of ideas and how to change things and kind of like make things more equal between the two of you. And I think that they're okay with getting outside of their comfort zone, trying methods they wouldn't usually try that are maybe a little bit unorthodox. And I see them just like setting their mind to wanting to change something. They feel very attached to you, but they feel like you're detaching from them. That's what I keep seeing. Now let's get your initials. We have L. I'm hearing patience, so maybe they want you to be patient with them. Q, to give them time. M, or they're hoping you give them patience. U, X, Z. They feel like you're kind of stuck to them. Y, in a good way, where in a good and bad way, where it's like they can't get you off of them even if they tried. But it's also bad because imagine you leave, then they're still attached to you. R, O, G. They also feel like you're irreplaceable. C, E, J, and P. Then I'm also hearing the word strong. They're hoping like your connection is strong enough to withstand this rough patch you're going through right now. So that's where I'm going to leave your reading. Let me know how this resonated for you down in the comments below. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Hi pal 2, if you chose the lapis lazuli crystal and the card Violet Dutchess, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at their secret feelings they keep buried. So your card says stifled, bored, and stuck. Please note that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. And I'm going to start out with your oracle cards. So for some reason, I'm seeing the characters Steve and Miranda from Sex and the City in my mind's eye. And they're kind of dynamic. I haven't finished it fully, so please don't spoil anything for me in the comments, but like if you know more about their characters and like their dynamic, like if you watch the full season, all the seasons and all that, like let me know more about their dynamic so it gives people more insight on how to read this. But I am also just going to Google their dynamic quickly so I can tell you a little bit about that and see how I interpret that. Okay, so it says here Steve and Miranda are essentially a contrast couple. Two people who approach life, vulnerability, and love very differently, yet feel a real pull towards each other. Steve is heart first, go with the flow, emotionally open, simple needs wants in the connection, and leads with feelings. And it says here Miranda is head first, structured and guarded, emotionally defended. She has high standards and wants control and leads with logic. I also know people were saying that Steve was with her and she's like the successful woman, but he's not really. And then energetically, their dynamic is emotional openness, Steve versus emotional caution, Miranda, softness versus armor, present moment connection versus future orientated control. Yet the magnetism between them comes from Miranda feeling safe, seen, and softened by someone who doesn't play games, Steve feeling inspired and challenged by someone strong and independent. Their tension is, do we care? It's, can we love each other in the language the other understands? Though I haven't watched it fully yet to form like a full opinion on Steve, but I didn't really like him that much because he did cheat on Miranda. So I don't know, even here like with the power of 3, it's giving me third party connection energy for some of you. Only take it if it resonates, don't force the message if it doesn't. Okay, so what this says about their feelings. Steve's emotional pattern. He feels first, thinks later. He wants closeness, warmth, ease, and affection, craves emotional presence, not perfection. When he loves simply and sincerely. This could be like the energy of, I just want to be close to you. And then Miranda's emotional pattern is she thinks first, feels later. Love makes her feel vulnerable, which she doesn't like losing control over. She cares deeply, but fear and overthinking block emotional expressions. She needs respect, competence, stability, and proof of reliability. Her energy and her feelings reading would be like, I feel something real, but I'm scared to surrender to it. So this often means that one person is emotionally open, ready, and heart forward. The other is guarded, analytical, or afraid of losing love. There is genuine connection, but emotional timing or vulnerability is mismatched. And the lesson in love is emotional translations, not a lack of love. Okay. Self-explanatory. So let me know if that resonates, like their dynamic with your situation. Fairy of the Divine Hand with intoxication, distorted view, overindulgence. Then we have Carnivorous Flower Fairy with a tempting offer has a high price. And we have Faceless Ghost and the Haunted Girl at the back of the deck. There could be secrets present where one party knows something and the other doesn't. For some, not all. I am also feeling the energy of trauma dumping. I don't know if this person trauma dumps on you a lot, if you do that to them a lot. There is this kind of energy of this person being addicted to you, feeling like they can't live without you. But at the same time, there is an energy of feeling, like this card says, stifled, bored, and stuck. I want to go deeper into the energy clairvoyantly and see what I get about why this is here. Okay, this person is very much in the ego. Their wants are all about me, not us, but me. Their wants are all about How will I look? How will my image look in some way? And since they're leading with the ego and not really much of the heart, it can kind of create this mismatch in the energy, especially if you're coming from a heart space energy, genuine feelings, and this person's coming from ego. So since I'm seeing a lot of ego here, I do think that this person kind of sees you as the type of person that looks good next to them, makes them look good in their image. You guys kind of have power couple vibes, but I don't see them fully being genuine in the heart. Now, that doesn't mean that feelings can't grow, especially if this is a new connection. And I mean, a lot of connections start based off attraction. So it's not to say that this person can't become heart-centered, but that's the energy that's present at the moment. And then I was seeing this other energy. What was I seeing now, Spirit? Remind me. Oh yeah. I was seeing the energy of someone that almost like always wants freedom, where they don't like want someone that's like constantly going to watch their every move. They want freedom. They want to be able to do what they want to do. And maybe I don't know if you fully if you fully giving it to them with the feeling of stuckness here. Maybe this person kind of has like an avoidant personality. And if you do show like this feeling of like wanting affection, wanting reassurance, perhaps it almost makes them feel suffocated in a way. But I feel like it doesn't have anything to do with you, more to do with them and their attachment style. And I know that I wouldn't want to hear that message. I'm so sorry, but this is just what I see truthfully in their feelings that they keep buried. So, the ones that they keep buried are going to come to the surface. And I think it doesn't have anything to do with you, but I think it has to do with their distorted view of love. They could have had some kind of dynamic previously where they almost learned to go after people that don't want them back. So they have not only avoidant attachment style, but they also have this energy of like wanting to chase after people that don't want them back. And so what this looks like in your dynamic for some of you is like when you pull away, this person chases, but when you chase, this person pulls away. That's the kind of dynamic or energy I see. Push, pull, push, pull. They feel like even when you're not there, you're always there. There's this obsessive kind of dynamic that both of you have, like where you're both kind of obsessed with one another. And they feel like things are flowing in the right direction. But I think they're also afraid of losing their freedom. The one thing I don't like to see is this carnivorous flower fairy card. I'm going to try tap into why this energy is showing up for your reading. Okay, so I'm seeing like a contract in my mind's eye, and this contract doesn't have to be literal. It could be a karmic soul contract you have with this person, but it doesn't have to be. What I'm getting from the contract is, when someone creates a contract and they kind of offer you something that almost seems amazing. Like, let's say it's a salesperson saying like, oh, you will get this and you will get it for free. And then in your mind, you're like, this sounds too good to be true. What's the catch? And then you agree to it, you sign the contract, and maybe you don't read a small part of it that's kind of hidden there, but maybe there's like a small hidden fee that you didn't expect, that they didn't say up front. So this person could be offering you a lot of things, could be very generous with you, but it comes at some kind of cost. It's almost like this energy of I scratch your back, you scratch mine. their generosity isn't coming from this genuine place of wanting to give to you. It's kind of coming from this place of, if I do something for you, you will do something for me. Then I see a sneaky energy of trying to hide parts of ourselves that may be ugly, flawed. I'm not saying that for them, but we all have insecurities about things we don't like about ourselves. And it's almost like this person is trying to showcase their best behavior, be on their best behavior, so that you don't see the flawed parts of themselves. And then they're hiding that from you. And the more they hide that from you, the more exhausting it is keeping up with that, keeping up with the image they put up. There's this kind of energy of trying to distract you by giving you everything you've ever wanted so that you'd never know what's hidden there kind of behind the surface. So imagine you were able to see proof of something, like maybe a flawed part of them, and they go in and kiss you before you could see that. That's the energy I'm seeing in my mind's eye. It's kind of like I give you something you want, but it's almost coming from like this tricky kind of energy. I'm not saying that they are deceitful, because I'm not necessarily seeing that yet. If I do see it, I'll mention it. But there's kind of like this energy of them wanting to give to you, but it's not coming from a pure place. I don't know why this energy is so harsh today. Maybe because I'm doing a Halloween topic, Spirit is like bringing out more truths, I guess. But let's see. So we have the King of Pentacles showing up reverse. We have the King of Wands showing up reverse. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And we have the King of Cups. So I do see that this person is emotionally attached to you. And although there's a lot of attraction here, and maybe it started off like attraction only, though now their feelings are starting to grow for you more, where it's not just attraction. Maybe that energy I picked up prior was like the beginning of your connection, when they were just like attracted to you at that time. But I don't like King of Pentacles reverse energy. This to me is like a man or person that's kind of stingy, or can be generous, but then stingy at the same time. Like maybe sometimes he's generous, sometimes he's stingy. And I have a candle that's lit next to me, and every time I like say something, the candle's like flickering. So I'm taking these things I'm saying as confirmation. So an example of the energy is, let's say he does something for you and he's generous this one day. Then maybe the next day you ask him for something else and he says no. Of course, this doesn't have to be a him, but I'm picking up on a lot of masculine energy here with the Three Kings. I'm hearing the song Tattooed Heart. So he does feel like you're kind of tattooed to his heart. He couldn't get rid of you even if he tried. You're like stuck in his heart. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Three of Swords. Heartbreak. And we have the Four of Pentacles reverse. So this seems to be past baggage, past heartbreaks that kind of still affect him now. I don't think he's attached to those people anymore. But Four of Pentacles reverse could represent him being in a phase of his life right now where he's releasing that kind of attachment he had to that heartbreak or those memories. He's releasing it now and healing and moving forward. Maybe mentally processing it And I feel like that could kind of affect your dynamic in a way right now, communication wise. If there are issues in your connection, it could kind of amplify it in the moment because they're kind of triggered at the moment, but it has nothing to do with you. So if you notice this person is kind of triggered lately, don't take it personal. It has nothing to do with you. The feelings they keep buried. They don't want to hurt you either, and they don't want to get hurt. They also don't want to let you go. There is a lot of lust that's present in this reading, but also this reactive energy coming from them at the moment because they're very triggered. They do think about you a lot. You're always on their mind. And they do see the value that you bring them. They like your humbleness. It's different from what they usually see. I think they're used to being around people that kind of are in this ego energy. And they like the fact that you're assertive. There's this strong desire, strong lust here that can't be contained. Knight of Pentacles reverse and Nine of Cups. They're currently wishing for something really badly in regards to you, but with the Eight of Swords, they feel like they can't have it, or they're scared that it won't happen or come true. The Four of Cups can represent, again, like someone that gets bored easily in relationships. I think they're scared of getting bored, like halfway through this connection. Because again, I see somebody that is kind of like loving freedom, gets bored easily in relationships, and maybe runs when things get real, and is maybe inconsistent with the Knight of Pentacles. And they don't want to hurt you because of that. They're scared they get in their own way because they do want you. But there's kind of like this energy of, I'm not the most reliable person, even though I want this right now. I know I'm not the most reliable person, so they're just scared to F it up, and they're scared that they later change their mind. If I'm going to be honest, that's what I see. These are the feelings they keep buried. I guess because they're afraid to disappoint you with the truth. Like if they had to say this out loud. They really don't want to hurt you. And they're afraid of you maybe like fighting with them if they had to tell you the truth about how they feel. They feel like you guys wouldn't be able to move past it. Like even if they move past those feelings, you wouldn't be able to. So it's better to just bury it out of like fear of confrontation. Yeah, Five of Wands reverse. This is exactly what we spoke about. Like, would we even be able to work through this issue after if I had to tell you the truth? It's just going to hurt you, so I shouldn't tell you. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting there. Four of Swords and Three of Cups. I think this person's very comfortable with you. They feel safe in your presence. They like affection from you. Like on their own terms, I guess. They feel like you bring them peace, but they're also having a very good time with you. But because they're such a pleasure-seeking person and they're always seeking the thrill, they're afraid of like eventually getting bored again. To be honest, like I don't want to like say anything bad, but I just feel like this person shouldn't be looking at it in that way. Maybe that's why the distorted view energy came out. Because the way I see it is any connection can get boring. If we're spending time with the person every day, we're doing the same routine every day, things can get boring with any person. But we can always bring that energy back. And Not every connection is going to be exciting all the time. Life isn't going to be exciting all the time. And I think this person has this warped perception of love, or this unrealistic expectation that everything should be fireworks all the time. So I don't think they really know what love is if they're thinking in this way. But that doesn't mean they can't learn or grow. That's just what I see here, though. The Hierophant here tells me they do want to learn and grow, but they also know that they have to communicate in a better way with you. There is a lot of passion, a lot of desire here. So that is what I see in like a strong spark right now. But I guess they're afraid that spark disappears. They want to see you soon as well. But there is also this energy of like restraining oneself. I'm also smelling a very nice scent, so you could smell good to this person. And they fantasize about you a lot in that way. They're also afraid that you would be too good for them. So we have Leo energy here. We have the 10th house, which is associated with our career and Capricorn energy. We have Neptune, which is the planet of dreams, associated with Pisces. They almost want to become your fantasy, your ideal, whatever you want in love. Pluto, which is associated with transformation and Scorpio. Then we have Virgo. We have Venus, which is the planet of love, and it's associated with Libra and Taurus. We have a lot of houses here, so I just want to get like one that's like an actual zodiac. Let's see. Okay, we have Sagittarius. I'm going to put this back because that's also a house. Then we have the first house, which is associated with Aries and the appearance and the self. We have the 12th house, which is associated with Pisces. And then we also have the 5th and 6th house. The 5th house is associated with Leo, fun, childlike joy, and the 6th house, Virgo, with routines. Okay, so the first house here, again, shows that this person is very self-focused at the moment. They're thinking about their own identity outside relationships, and Sagittarius with that could be like that energy of trying to keep our freedom, like I said before. There could be Sagittarius Venus, Virgo Venus, Leo Venus. They're thinking a lot about their reputation and how you would look next to them with Leo 10th house. And perhaps their ideals in love are, some of them are just like fantasy and illusion, where it's kind of unrealistic. Though I do think their feelings for you are transforming into something more powerful. And like I said, they do have a lot of fun with you, but they're scared of this ending, and they're scared of you guys not fitting into each other's routine anymore, or fitting into each other's ideal anymore. They want to be your dream man or dream woman, and they see you as theirs, but they don't want that to change, where one of you stops feeling that way. Or where it's like one person feels it and the other person doesn't. So initials. They feel as though everything is kind of being illuminated back to them. Perhaps they're having a lot of realizations at this moment about your connection. I, D, U, A, G, P. Someone here could be a doctor. B. Oh no, R. Sorry, I read that wrong. Z, N, K, X, J, and L. So Also, that word harmony from that Venus card was really sticking out to me. So maybe they want more harmony in your connection. That is where I'm going to leave the reading. I do hope this resonated with you. Let me know how this resonated down in the comments below. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Hi, Pal 3. If you chose the Malachite Chrysocolla crystal and the Winged Seer card, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at their secret feelings they keep buried. Please be aware that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, leave the rest. Let's go ahead and start out by shuffling your oracle cards, then we'll move on to tarot after. So, Spirit Guides of Pile 3. Please tap me into the energy of the person on Pile 3's mind. What are the secret feelings they have that they've kept buried? What are the secret feelings they have that they've kept buried? We have Angel of Alchemy with Miracle. We have Sea Storm with Calm Amid Chaos. And we have Pink Lotus Fairy with A Time for Spirit. With Grumpy Red Fairy, Be Your True Self reversed at the back of the deck. So firstly, with the Winged Seer here, there is something about you and this person having this intuitive connection, some kind of soul connection where you guys can read each other and understand each other very easily. This person feels as though they click with you and as though you understand them more than they understand themselves. They feel very seen by you, very understood by you, and I think you can already intuitively tell some of the feelings they're keeping buried. You always see when this person's like in a bad mood and they're hiding it, or, you know, whatever mood they're in, you're able to read through them. And this person kind of feels exposed and vulnerable, but in a good way, where it's like, I know you'll always have my back. I feel supported. That's the general feeling that's coming through here. With Sea Storm, Calm Amid Chaos, there could have been issues or problems in your connection that made this person kind of feel like there's so much chaos happening within their emotions. Or this could be within their personal life where they're going through a lot of chaotic situations and need that support. Maybe they're not doing so well mental health wise at the moment. Emotionally at the moment, they're not doing so well. But they are trying to stay calm through this and kind of just try to find their center. I don't know if this person's spiritual or not, but I see them like meditating a lot or just trying to breathe through whatever pain they're experiencing. Kind of just try to calm the anxiety down if they are experiencing anxiety or any like chaotic, intense emotions. But the great thing we see here with the Angel of Alchemy is this person is healing, or this person is wanting to heal your connection if there were issues present in your connection. They're hoping for some kind of miracle. There's still hope here at the end of the tunnel, and they know that they're strong enough to endure whatever is happening here, that they can get through it. They're also possibly praying right now, reconnecting with their spiritual or religious side right now, and just trying to find hope again. Though they do still have remnants of hope there, they're trying to find more hope. They feel as though you comfort them in some way. You're like comfort to them. You, again, like support them a lot. There's a lot of depth here in their feelings for you. This person can be a little bit grumpy at times, and they try to not let you see that. They try to not like show it to you too much. They try to deal with it on their own. I'm seeing King of Cups energy in my mind's eye, which is like trying to calm down your emotions, like I said before, find balance within that. I do think that this person sometimes feels very embarrassed to be their true self. They feel kind of humiliated to be their true self. I don't know if this person was bullied beforehand or if they just had people around them that made them feel like they couldn't be themselves. But with you, it's kind of like I feel like I can be whatever side of myself I want to be. I know you're not judging me. I can be weird. I can be silly. I can talk about deep things and you're not going to find me weird. I can show my raw, true self to you and you're not going to judge me. That's how they feel right now. I think this person, before they met you, they didn't know who they truly were. They felt like they lost themselves in some way. But when they met you, they felt like they found a key to finding themselves again. It's kind of like this energy of I feel more like myself around you. I didn't feel like myself before I met you. I felt like disconnected from myself. But with you, it feels like I'm finding myself again. Like now I'm starting to realize who I am, where I was previously lost with that. And again, there's this feeling here of you know me better than I know myself. There's also a feeling of you bringing them closer to spirit, religion, or spirituality. And they feel very calm and collected in your presence. No matter what they go through in their daily life, whether it's stresses, you just calm their spirits down, their nervousness, their anxiety. You may see this person at night a lot or hang out with them at night a lot. They enjoy the night spent with you. They enjoy the laughter that you bring out in them. So let's get your tarot cards now. So yeah, they do truly feel like you're bringing out the best of them, not the worst. Like they want to become a better version of themselves. And not just that, there's not just self-reflection and growth here, but they truly feel like, again, they're finding themselves. They love that you have humility and patience. And they love the fact that you make them feel so seen and understood. There is also an energy of either wanting to protect you or feeling protected by you. Take whatever resonates there. And a feeling of I'm finally blossoming in a way, or like thriving in a way. 9 of Cups. You are everything they've ever wanted. You tick all the boxes for them. You're their dream woman or man. That's the energy I see with the 9 of Cups. And if this is a platonic connection, then this is like the friend I've always wanted. You give them everything they've ever wanted. They feel fully satisfied in this connection. I don't think they talk about that though, because I think they don't want to jinx it. You know, like when you say something out loud and then all of a sudden, like let's say I have plans for the future I'm making and then I say I'm so excited for it and then now I feel like I've jinxed it and now it doesn't come true for me. There's something about that. Ace of Swords. The Moon. The Knight of Swords reverse. You guys do have some differences here. And there's something about wanting to meet you and speak your language, metaphorically. Unless that's literal and you speak another language and they want to learn your language. But this is about trying to meet you where you're at and vice versa. It's like, let's say 2 partners are together and they have 2 completely different love languages. And the one person knows that, okay, maybe this person feels loved when I do this for them. Maybe that's not my usual go-to way of showing love, but I'm going to do it for this person because it makes them feel good. So I see that kind of energy, like maybe we have completely, totally different love languages and I'm trying to almost tweak the way I do things to make you feel loved and vice versa. The moon confirms that there are depths, there are deeper feelings here, and this person does feel very connected to you on a level where you guys can kind of like complete each other's sentences. The moon is like this deep emotional bond, the sensitivity. This person feels like they become more sensitive around you, not because you're making them feel bad, but because they're more open with you, if that makes sense, more comfortable with you. But the moon is also intuitive connection when we're looking at a connection. Okay, so I think that they think about you a lot. They think about the future they want with you. and they do want a future with you. There are some things they're wishing for in their mind that they're thinking about a lot. And this person feels as though they can slow down with you. They don't have to rush things in this connection. And your connection just gets deeper and deeper by the day. They feel like you guys have an inseparable connection, an unbreakable bond, where no matter what you go through together, you always find a way to become closer, even through challenge. Okay? They feel like they don't have to be impulsive. They can think about things clearly and be calm and make decisions from a grounded perspective around you. We have the Seven of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles. I think this person is afraid of getting hurt. The Fool, but they're not trying to let it hold them back with the Fool, because the Fool is all about taking risks. And the Four of Swords is about like trying to stay calm, not letting our anxiety or fears get to us. Again, we see a woman meditating here, so that's confirmation. This person may also daydream about you a lot. And the Four of Swords also represents feeling comfortable and calm in your presence, so again, confirmation. This person also feels very lucky to have a person like you in their life. They see this connection working. They feel like you guys are compatible in some way. Even though you have minor differences here and there, you're very compatible. You see things in the same way. They see themselves, going on this path with you and having more of a long-term connection with you. They see you being in their life for a very long time, and they don't intend for that to end. And they feel more adventurous around you. They think about the things they want to do with you, like maybe travel or, tick the things off their bucket list with you. It's like, I could go and do this thing I want to do alone, but I want to do it with you. That's what I see here. Temperance. So Temperance is also a card of healing, which is another confirmation, but it's also a card of balance. Flow. So maybe they feel like they're more balanced with you, flowing. They feel secure in your connection. They feel like you're reliable as well. Four of Cups. Page of Swords. And Six of Pentacles. So they do feel like being generous with you and, receiving generosity from you as well. There are certain things they want from you, but they maybe don't want to ask. I think this person sometimes expects you to read their mind, where they want something, but they won't ask for it. They'll kind of just think of it, hope that you do that for them. This person does overthink a lot about this connection. And I think the overthinking comes from fears of theirs, like from having a guard up. I think they're also afraid of like you not committing to them or being loyal to them. Even if you haven't given them reasons to, maybe there's just some trust issues there, which I see quite often in readings, so I don't think that's such a huge thing. I feel like they see you as that safe partner, that comfortable partner or person in their life. And they're learning that safety doesn't mean boring. I think before, this person was drawn to chaotic relationships where there were always ups and downs. But I think with you, there's some kind of lesson of I'm learning that safe, healthy love doesn't have to be boring. It can be exquisite in its own way. It's like I don't need chaos to feel like something's happening in my life. Like I think this person was kind of addicted to drama before, and they're unlearning that behavior with you. Anything else about their feelings? Here we have the Page of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and Justice. So this person does feel like, although they have trust issues, you are being honest with them, and they feel more inclined to trust you because of that. There is some kind of strong desire, sexual attraction here if this is romantic. and some strong feelings of lust. But I feel like the romantic feelings are strong, where it's not just based on the lust. It's not just like a friends with benefits connection or something like that, or like something casual. There's like deeper feelings here, if that makes sense. Also, when they are intimate with you in the bedroom, they kind of see it as like making love to you instead of effing, if that makes sense. But yeah, there is a strong desire, this feeling of I crave you when you're not around. I miss you when you're not around, even if it's just for a few minutes. There is some kind of separation anxiety too here. They do see you as the one, I just heard. And again, they feel very emotionally fulfilled in this connection. They feel like they're finally getting their happy ever after. But again, they don't want to say this out loud, which is why they're bearing this feeling, because they don't want to jinx it. Like I said, you guys also have like a lighthearted connection. You make them laugh a lot, and they feel like they're healing in this connection, healing their heart from all their previous circumstances. So now let's pull some zodiac signs. If I mention yours or theirs, that's just extra confirmation for you, or even the initials. So let me know down in the comments how this resonated with you so far. I'm so glad this pile was positive, because the last two piles had like, they weren't negative per se, but maybe, I don't know. They were just a lot heavier. This pile was a lot lighter, which I'm grateful for. Okay, because those, I don't mind doing the heavy readings, but it just takes a toll on me psychically. So the sun, which is all about happiness, joy, linked to Leo energy, Pisces. Then we have Capricorn. The fourth house, you feel like home to them. This is Cancer energy. Saturn, which is associated with restriction, limitation, lessons, but it's not always bad. It teaches us discipline. It teaches us to be strong. So maybe they feel like they're at that place right now. The sun is like all about finding our ego, our identity again. And we did speak about that. And the fourth house is like this feeling of home. So yeah, I don't know if I said Saturn is Aquarius and Capricorn. The moon, which is also Cancer energy with emotions, subconscious moods. I find it interesting that you had the moon card and the moon here. So double message there. Uranus, which is Aquarius, Aries, and Scorpio. Lovely. So let's check the not the zodiacs, the initials now. So with Aries and Scorpio, there is a lot of intensity here. And with Capricorn, it's like, it confirms what I said about you being reliable to this person, them feeling like you bring them stability. But with Pisces, there's also that deep emotional, spiritual connection as well. Like almost this feeling of falling in love with you or being with you feels like I'm floating in the best possible way. Okay, let's get the initials now. So join my membership. We have the initial H. They want to tell you something, and this is nothing bad. They're just scared of telling you this. It has to do with something they want from you. It's like maybe they want to ask you for something, but they're scared to ask. R. A. So they're trying to almost push that feeling down, bury it down and say like, okay, I don't need to ask them. But truly deep down, they do want to ask you. A-N. J. D. They feel like after all the bad things that have happened in their life, you're that change that has brought them back down to earth, that has shown them what stability looks like, what healthy love feels like. You. Z. They almost feel like after all the bad things they've been through in life, you're like that blessing. Their justice in a way. B. Like their good luck after everything bad that's happened. And I. So we have bi here. Maybe some of you are actually bi. But yeah, that is where I'm going to leave the reading. I hope this resonated with you. Let me know how this resonated down in the comments. Like I said before, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time.